The sun had not yet fully risen over the Lekki apartments when the old woman appeared at the gate, carrying a plastic bucket in one hand and a worn broom in the other. The security guard barely looked up as she shuffled past. "Mama, you're early today," he muttered, not expecting a response. She nodded, silent as always, and made her way toward the towering apartment complex where 20 young women lived on the 5th floor. The ladies' wing, they called it. Beautiful girls, educated girls, girls who had come to Lagos with dreams stitched into their designer bags. What none of them knew, not the security guard, not the estate manager, not a single soul in that compound, was that this cleaner, this invisible old woman they walked past without seeing, was Mama Adaeze Okonkwo, mother of the billionaire Chibueze Okonkwo, owner of Okonkwo Towers, Okonkwo Hotels, and the very ground they stood on. And she had come with a purpose that would change destinies. 3 months earlier, in a mansion in Banana Island where chandeliers cost more than villages, Mama Adaeze had sat across from her son and spoken words that made him stop breathing. "Chibueze, my son, my only child," she said slowly, her voice carrying the weight of ancestral knowing. "Chibueze, you want to marry again. Your heart has healed, and this is good, but I will not stand before the altar and watch you bring another viper into our bloodline." Chibueze set down his glass of Chapman. His mother rarely spoke in anger, but when she did, the air itself listened. "Nay, I have learned. I am careful now. I watch how they behave." "You watch them when they know you are watching," she interrupted, and her eyes, those eyes that raised him alone after his father died, those eyes that sold yam and gari to put him through university before his breakthrough, those eyes now burned with purpose. "You watch them when they know you are watching, my son. But a woman's true character does not live in the light of your wealth. It lives in how she treats those who can do nothing for her." She leaned forward. "Do you know why Ngozi left you?" He flinched at his ex-wife's name. "Because she was greedy, nay. Because she wanted more than I could give during the difficult time." "No," Mama Adaeze said firmly. "She left because she was always that person. We simply did not see it. She smiled at us when your money smiled at her, but she spat at our housekeeper when no one watched. She mocked our driver behind his back. She called me local to her friends when she thought I could not hear." Mama Adaeze stood, her wrapper flowing like robes of judgment. "Wealth does not reveal character, my son. It only gives character a louder voice. The wickedness was always there. We were just too blind to see it." Chibueze was quiet for a long moment. Then he asked the question that would birth the plan. "So what do we do, ne? How do I find a wife whose heart I can trust?" Mama Adaeze smiled, a smile that was not sweet but sharp, the smile of a woman who survived Lagos with her dignity intact. "You do not find her, my son. I will find her, but you must trust me completely." "Anything, ne? Tell me." She walked to the window overlooking the lights of Lagos, that city of dreams and illusions, and spoke as if the ancestors themselves were dictating the plan. "You will rent an apartment in Lekki, a place where young women live, the kind who are educated, pretty, ambitious, the kind who would appeal to you. You will make it known, quietly, through our people, that you are looking for a wife from that building. The girls will hear. They will prepare themselves." She turned to face him. "But before you visit, before you meet any of them, I will go there first. Not as your mother, not as Mama Adaeze Okonkwo. I will go as a cleaner, an old woman who sweeps and scrubs and remains invisible. And I will watch them. I will see how they treat the woman they think is powerless." Chibueze's eyes widened. "Ne, you cannot." "I can and I will," she said with finality. "For 3 weeks, I will be their cleaner. And the one who treats me with dignity, the one whose kindness does not wait for reward, that one will be my choice for you. And if none of them pass, then you will not marry from there, and we will try elsewhere. But my son, if we do not test before we choose, we will cry after we choose. This is the wisdom your grandmother taught me. Character hides in comfort. It only reveals itself in how we treat those beneath us." Chibueze was silent, and then, slowly, he nodded. "I trust you, Ne." "Good," she said. "Now help me find the oldest, ugliest rapper in this house. I have work to do." The apartment building in Lekki was called Pearl Residence, and it attracted a particular kind of young woman, educated, ambitious, beautiful, and acutely aware of her value in Lagos's marriage market. Most worked in banks, oil companies, or ran small businesses. Some were influencers with thousands of followers. All of them understood that in Lagos, the right marriage could change a family's history forever. On the 5th floor, 20 women lived in 10 two-bedroom apartments, forming a community of shared aspirations and quiet rivalries. When the rumor arrived, delivered carefully by the estate manager who had been briefed by Chibueze's people, it spread through the floor like harmattan wind. Chibueze Okonkwo is looking for a wife. He has specifically requested to meet women from this building. He will visit in 3 weeks. The effect was immediate and electric. Chisom, who worked at GT Bank and wore Brazilian hair that cost 300,000 naira, immediately booked spa appointments and called her personal shopper. She began researching everything about Chibueze, his businesses, his net worth, his preferences. Kelechi, an influencer with 70,000 Instagram followers, began posting more wife material content, cooking videos, modest outfits, Bible verses. Her engagement skyrocketed as her followers sensed something big was coming. Anastasia, who studied in England and spoke with an affected accent, started attending the estate's church services, something she had avoided for 6 months. She needed to appear spiritual and humble. Ngozi hired a stylist and began a strict diet. She wanted to look perfect when he arrived. Adana started taking evening walks in the compound, hoping to be seen as health-conscious and disciplined. Blessing, who was quieter than the others and worked as a teacher at a school in Ajah, simply smiled at the news and continued her routine. While others plotted and planned, she remained unchanged. And into this atmosphere of preparation, competition, and carefully crafted perfection, Mama Adaeze arrived with her bucket and broom. On the first morning, Mama Adaeze climbed the stairs slowly. She had refused the elevator, knowing that cleaners always use the stairs, and began her work on the 5th floor. She swept the corridor, she mopped the tiles, she cleaned the shared balcony where the girls hung their clothes to dry, and most importantly, she watched, she listened, she observed. Chisom was the first to emerge from her apartment at 7 a.m., dressed for work in a sharp blazer and heels that clicked like judgment against the freshly mopped floor. She walked past Mama Adaeze without a glance, phone pressed to her ear, speaking loudly. "Yes, darling, I heard about Chibueze Okonkwo. Finally, a man worth my time. I've been preparing for someone like him my whole life. These other girls, please, they can't compete with my level." Her expensive perfume lingered in the air long after she entered the elevator, but not once did she acknowledge the old woman who had moved aside to let her pass. Kelechi came out 30 minutes later, ring light and phone in hand, ready to film morning content at the balcony. She saw Mama Adaeze sweeping and frowned with irritation. "Mama, abeg, shift small. You are blocking my good angle for content." Mama Adaeze moved silently to the side. "And please, when you mop, use less water. Last time my Louboutin slippers got wet. Do you know how much those cost? Of course you don't. Just be more careful." She laughed, a laugh that did not reach her eyes, positioned her phone and began recording. "Good morning, beautiful people. Your girl is up early, being productive. Remember, a good wife wakes up early." She didn't finish the sentence because Mama Adaeze's broom made a noise. "Mama, I'm filming. Can you come back later?" Anastasia walked past with her nose slightly raised, pulling her designer dress tight as if poverty might be contagious through proximity. She didn't greet, she didn't acknowledge. To her, the cleaner was simply part of the building's fixtures, like the walls or the lights. Ngozi stopped only to complain. "Mama, why are you sweeping so early? The sound woke me up. Can't you come later when people are already awake? Some of us need our beauty sleep." Adana walked out carrying a bag of garbage, tossed it towards the collection bin at the end of the corridor, missed completely and kept walking, without looking back. The bag split open, spilling its contents. Mama Adaeze quietly cleaned it up. Ifunanya and her roommate Chinaza came out together, saw the cleaner struggling with a heavy bucket of dirty water, and Ifunanya called out mockingly to her friend, loud enough for Mama Adaeze to hear. "See this mama, old woman still doing this kind hard work. If na me, I for don't retire. What is she still doing at this age?" They laughed together and entered the elevator, their giggles echoing down the corridor. One by one, through that first day, 19 women passed the cleaner. Some ignored her completely, some insulted her casually, some spoke to her like she was an inconvenience, a necessary irritation they had to tolerate. Not one asked her name. Not one offered help when they saw her struggling. Not one looked at her and saw a human being deserving of basic dignity. But the 20th woman was different. Blessing emerged from apartment 5H at 6:45 a.m., earlier than the others. She was dressed simply in a modest dress and flat shoes, no designer labels, no expensive accessories. She worked as a teacher and needed to leave early to beat the notorious Lagos traffic to Ajah. She saw Mama Adaeze struggling to lift the heavy bucket of dirty water, trying to carry it down the stairs to dispose of it properly. Blessing did not hesitate. She did not calculate. She simply acted. "Mama, good morning, oh," she called out warmly, setting down her own bag immediately. Mama, this bucket is too heavy. Please, let me help you carry it." Mama Adaeze looked up genuinely surprised. My daughter, no, it is my work. You will spoil your fine dress, and you're already dressed for work." "Mama, which dress is more important than your back?" Blessing smiled, a smile that reached her eyes and warmed the whole corridor. "If I spoil this dress, I will wash it. But if you hurt your back, who will take care of you? Come, let us carry it together." She took one handle of the bucket and together they carefully carried it down the stairs. As they walked, Blessing made conversation. Real conversation, not the kind you make to fill silence. "Mama, good morning, oh. I hope you slept well. This work is not easy at all. How long have you been doing this work?" "Many years, my daughter." That means you are very strong. Me, I cannot even carry heavy books for long without complaining." She laughed. "Mama, have you eaten this morning?" "I will eat when I finish my work, my daughter." Blessing stopped walking and looked at her with concern. "Mama, that is not good, oh. You cannot walk on an empty stomach. The work is too hard. Please, when we finish disposing this water, come to my apartment. I cooked jollof rice last night and there is plenty remaining. You will eat first before you continue, okay?" Mama Adaeze studied the young woman's face carefully. There was no performance here, no audience watching, no camera recording, just genuine care shining from her eyes like lamplight in darkness. "My daughter, you are very kind, but I do not want to disturb you. You said you have work." "Mama, feeding someone is never a disturbance. It is a blessing. My mother is in the village doing hard work just like you. When people are kind to her there, I believe God blesses them. So I try to be kind to other people's mothers also. That way, someone will be kind to my own mother." They disposed of the water together and Blessing rushed back upstairs. But before she left for work, she knocked on the staff area where Mama Adaeze was resting and pressed 200 naira into her hand. "Mama, please buy pure water for yourself today, oh. This Lagos sun is not smiling. You need to drink water plenty so you don't fall sick." "My daughter, this is too much." "Mama, it is nothing. Just take it and drink water. I have to run now before traffic catch me. See you when I come back." And she was gone, running to catch her bus, leaving Mama Adaeze standing there with 200 naira and a hat full of questions about this unusual young woman. That evening, when Mama Adaeze quietly knocked on apartment 5H, Blessing opened the door with a bright, genuine smile, the kind of smile that said, "I was hoping you would come, not what do you want?" "Mama, come in, come in. I was thinking about you. You must be so tired." The apartment was modest, no expensive furniture displayed for show, no designer items scattered to impress visitors, but it was clean, organized and warm. It smelled like home. On the small dining table was a plate of jollof rice, fried plantain and chicken, carefully covered with foil and still warm. "Sit down, Mama. Eat. You have been working since morning." "My daughter, this is too much food." "Mama, please, it makes me happy to share. What is food if we cannot share it with others?" As Mama Adaeze ate, and the food was delicious, cooked with care and good ingredients, Blessing sat across from her and did something revolutionary. She talked to her like a person. She asked about her family, her village, her life. She listened, truly listened, nodding, laughing at the funny stories, sympathizing with the hard ones. "Mama, do you have children?" "Yes, my daughter, one son." "Just one, like me? I am also the only child." "Your son is blessed to have you as a mother, Mama. A woman who works hard with dignity, who is not ashamed of honest labor, that is a mother who has taught her son real values. Not these people who want to eat from their children's success but never show them how to work." Mama Adaeze's heart stirred with something she hadn't felt during the selection process. Hope. "And you, my daughter, what about your own family?" "My mother is in Enugu, in our village. My father died 5 years ago, so she's there alone, farming. I send her money every month, but I wish I could do more. That is why I work hard, not to buy designer bags or post on Instagram. I work so my mother can rest small." "You are a good daughter." "I am trying, Mama. That is all any of us can do. Try our best and leave the rest to God." The days continued and Mama Adaeze observed more patterns. She watched how Chisom complained loudly on her phone every morning about everything, the traffic, the food, the weather, her colleagues. She never had a kind word for anyone beneath her status. She saw Kelechi film a video titled "Day in My Life,"
humble beginnings, where she pretended to clean and cook, then immediately stopped when the camera turned off, leaving the actual mess for Mama Adaze to clean up later. She noticed Anastasia practicing her humble walk and gentle voice in the mirror, preparing for Chibueze's visit, but cursing at the gatesman minutes later when he didn't open the gate fast enough. The contrast with Blessing became more stark each day. Blessing greeted her every single morning. "Mama, good morning. How are you today?" She helped carry heavy things without being asked. She offered water on hot afternoons. "Mama, this sun is too much. Come and rest small." She never expected praise or acknowledgement. She simply existed in a state of natural kindness. Then came the test Mama Adaze had planned, the one that would separate pretense from truth. On one Tuesday afternoon, while the building was busy with people coming and going, Mama Adaze was cleaning the shared balcony where Kelechi had set up to film content. On the small table were expensive items, a designer bag, a new phone, and a bottle of Tom Ford perfume that cost 50,000 naira. Mama Adaze, while sweeping nearby, deliberately knocked over the perfume bottle with her broom. It fell in slow motion, hit the floor, shattered into 1,000 glittering pieces. The scent exploded into the air, expensive, overwhelming, unmistakable. Kelechi, who had been checking her ring light, spun around, her face transformed from concentration to fury in 1 second. "Mama, what have you done?" She rushed forward, staring at the broken bottle, the precious liquid seeping into the tiles. "Do you know how much that perfume cost? 50,000 naira! 50,000! Her voice rose with each word, attracting attention. Doors opened. Girls emerged to see what was happening. Chisom leaned against her door frame smirking. "Kelechi, I told you not to leave expensive things where the staff can break them. These people don't understand value." Anastasia shook her head. 50,000? Ah, that is painful, oh. She definitely has to pay. Ngozi added, "Maybe she did it on purpose. You know how these envious people are. They see what they cannot afford and they destroy it." Kelechi continued her tirade, her voice growing louder, more vicious. "You are wicked, a wicked, envious old woman. You saw something nice and you destroyed it because you are jealous. That is why you will never have anything good in your life. You and poverty are married." Through it all, Mama Adaze kept apologizing, kept her head down, accepting the verbal assault like bitter medicine. Until Blessing pushed through the crowd. She had just returned from work, still in her teaching clothes, tired from the day. But when she heard the commotion and saw what was happening, something in her face hardened. "Kelechi, stop it." Kelechi turned, surprised. "Excuse me, this is between me and—" "Stop it," Blessing repeated, her voice quiet but firm as iron. "It was an accident. Mama did not do it intentionally. Anyone can see that." "So you are supporting this cleaner over me, your neighbor?" "I am supporting what is right. Mama is a human being. She made a mistake. That does not give you the right to insult her humanity, her age, her dignity." Kelechi's eyes narrowed. "Oh, I see. Saint Blessing has arrived to save the day. Always so holy, so perfect." "This is not about being holy. This is about basic respect." Blessing turned to Mama Adaze and gently helped her up from where she had been kneeling, apologizing. "Mama, stand up. Stop kneeling. You are somebody's mother. You deserve to stand." Then she turned back to Kelechi, and there was steel in her gentle voice. "If you leave expensive things on a public table where people are working, you also share responsibility for what happens. But more than that, accidents happen. That is life. What kind of person attacks an old woman like this over perfume, over a thing you can replace?" Easy for you to say, it's not your 50,000 naira. Blessing took a deep breath. How much was it? 50,000. The corridor went silent. Everyone knew Blessing was a teacher. Everyone knew her salary was modest. 50,000 naira was nearly her entire monthly income. Blessing swallowed hard. Her jaw tightened, but her voice remained steady. "I will pay it. Give me 2 weeks to gather the money, but you will stop insulting Mama right now. Do you hear me? Right now." The shock on Kelechi's face was genuine. You're serious? Do I look like I'm joking?" Kelechi stared at her, then at Mama Adaze, then at Blessing. For a moment, something like shame flickered across her face, but it was quickly replaced by scorn. You know what? You are more foolish than I thought, Blessing. Paying 50,000 naira for a cleaner who broke my property. You deserve to remain poor with that mentality. She laughed harsh and mocking. But okay, since you want to play Mother Teresa, bring my money in 2 weeks. I will be waiting. She stormed back into her apartment, slamming the door. The other girls dispersed, some shaking their heads, some whispering among themselves about Blessing's foolishness. Only Blessing and Mama Adaze remained in the corridor. "My daughter," Mama Adaze whispered, tears streaming down her face, and these tears were real, pulled from a deep well of emotion. "You did not have to do that. 50,000 naira, that is too much. You have your own family to support."
Mama, respect is not something we can afford only when we have money. My father used to say, how you treat people when you have nothing shows who you will be when you have something. I will find the money somehow. Don't worry about it. She gently wiped the tears from Mama Adese's face. "Come, Mama, let us clean this perfume before someone slips and falls. Then you will come to my house and rest. Forget about work for today." That night, in the mansion in Banana Island, Mama Adese sat across from her son with tears still glistening in her eyes. "Ne, what happened?" Chibueze asked with concern. "I found her, my son. I tested her with fire and she came out pure as gold. She sacrificed her own money she desperately needs to defend my honor. Not for show, not for reward, just because it was right." She gripped her son's hand. "That girl, Blessing, she is the one. But let me finish the final week. I need to see if this kindness remains when the pressure increases." The final week arrived, and the atmosphere in Pearl residence reached fever pitch. Chibueze would visit in 4 days, then 3 days, then 2 days. The transformation in the other girls was remarkable and revealing. Shisom, who had never greeted Mama Adese once in 2 weeks, suddenly began saying "Good morning, Mama" every day, even offering her money. "Mama, take this small change. Sorry if I have been harsh before. You know Lagos life is stressful. We are all just trying to survive." Kelechi actually filmed a video giving the cleaner genuine money this time. Though she still collected it back after filming, she at least went through the performance more convincingly. Anastasia began asking Mama Adese questions about her life, pretending to care, trying to appear compassionate for when Chibueze asked the staff about the residents. Even Nguzi and others who had been dismissive now tried to appear kind, helpful, prayerful. The calculation was transparent, the strategy was obvious, the performance was desperate. Only Blessing remained exactly as she had always been. Her kindness did not increase because a billionaire was coming. It did not become more dramatic or visible. It simply was, steady and unchanging as sunrise. "Mama, good morning. Did you sleep well?" "Mama, I fried some akara this morning. Come and take some before you start work." "Mama, your wrapper is torn at the edge. Let me give you one of my mother's wrappers that I brought from the village. She would want you to have it." On the final night before Chibueze's visit, Blessing came to find Mama Adese in her small staff quarters in the boys' quarters section of the estate. "Mama, I came to check on you. You left the floor early today. Are you feeling okay?" "I am fine, my daughter. Just a small headache." "I brought you paracetamol and some pepper soup. My mother always says pepper soup cures everything." She laughed that warm laugh that seemed to bring light into dark spaces. They sat together, and as Mama Adese ate, Blessing talked, not about Chibueze, not about marriage, not about wealth. She talked about her students at school, about a child in her class who had finally learned to read after struggling for months, about her mother in the village who had been sick recently. "Mama, I am worried about her," she said quietly. "The doctor says she needs a small operation, but it will cost money I don't have right now, especially now that I promised to pay Kelechi that 50,000. She laughed ruefully. "My friends think I am foolish. They say I should have let you pay it yourself, that I am too soft for Lagos." She looked at Mama Adese with vulnerable honesty. "Sometimes I wonder if they are right, you know. Maybe I am foolish. Maybe kindness really is weakness in this city. But Mama, I don't want to become hard just to survive. I don't want to lose my heart just to gain money. What is the point of having everything if you become nothing inside?" Mama Adese reached out and held the young woman's hands, and when she spoke, her voice carried the weight of truth and prophecy. "My daughter, listen to me carefully. Kindness is never weakness, never. It is the hardest strength there is. It is easy to be cruel. It is easy to step on others to climb higher. It is easy to become hard and calculating. But to remain kind in a wicked world, to keep your heart soft when everything around you tries to make it stone, that requires a warrior spirit." Tears filled Blessing's eyes. "You remind me so much of my own mother, Mama. She used to say things like this. Then your mother raised you well, and any man who has the wisdom to choose you will be blessed beyond measure." After Blessing left, Mama Adese called her son one final time. "Chibueze, come tomorrow.
I have found her, tested her, and proven her. She is ready. The question is, are you ready to honor my choice? Ne, if you have chosen her, then she is already my wife. I trust you completely. Good. Tomorrow we reveal the truth. Tomorrow we separate the gold from the gold paint. The next morning, the 5th floor of Pearl Residence looked like a fashion show and a beauty pageant had collided. Every girl was dressed in her absolute finest. Makeup was flawless. Hair was perfect. Some had visited salons at dawn to ensure it. Nails were freshly done. Outfits had been selected, rejected, and reselected a dozen times. The air was thick with expensive perfume and barely concealed tension. They gathered in the common area, the shared space with sofas where residents sometimes met. Today it had been transformed into an informal reception area. Chisom had positioned herself strategically near the center, where she would be immediately visible when the elevator doors opened. Kelechi had her phone ready, planning to somehow capture content from the moment. Anastasia practiced her graceful smile and humble posture. Even Blessing was there, though she stood at the back, dressed modestly as always, not competing for position. At exactly 10 a.m., the security guard's voice crackled through the intercom. Attention, 5th floor. Mr. Chibueze Okonkwo is here. He is coming up now. Hearts stopped, breath held, final adjustments of clothes, final checks of lipstick, final positioning. The elevator hummed as it ascended. The numbers lit up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The doors slid open with his soft chime. Chibueze Okonkwo stepped out first, dressed in an elegant cream agbada with gold embroidery. He was tall, handsome, commanding. Everything the rumors had promised.
But he was not alone. Behind him were estate managers and security personnel, and walking beside him, no longer hunched or hidden, dressed in expensive royal blue lace with matching gele, looking regal and powerful and unmistakably wealthy, was Mama Adaize. No bucket, no broom, no faded wrapper, just pure authority and dignity and undeniable presence. The silence that fell was so complete you could hear hearts breaking. Chisom's mouth fell open, her perfectly practiced smile freezing, then crumbling. Kelechi's phone clattered from her hand to the floor. Anastasia's face went from bronzed beauty to ash-grey shock. Ngozi stumbled backward, gripping the wall for support. One by one, 19 women realized what had happened, realized who they had insulted, realized what they had lost. Chibueze's voice, when he spoke, was calm but carried the weight of judgment. Good morning, ladies. I am Chibueze Okonkwo. Thank you for allowing this meeting. First, let me introduce someone very important. He gestured to Mama Adaize with deep respect. This woman here is my mother, Mama Adaize Okonkwo. For the past 3 weeks, she has been working among you. Not as a cleaner, though that is honest, dignified work, but as an observer, as a judge of character, as someone seeking to understand who you truly are when you think no one important is watching. The words landed like bombs. No, Chisom whispered, her voice breaking. No, no, no. It can't be, Kelechi's hands shook uncontrollably. Anastasia covered her mouth, tears already streaming down her carefully made-up face. Mama Adaize stepped forward, and when she spoke, her voice was not harsh, but carried undeniable authority. The voice of a queen pronouncing judgment. I came here because my son needs a wife, and I needed to see who you truly were. Not who you pretend to be when wealth is in the room, but who you are when you think the cleaner cannot affect your future. She let the silence hang. Let them marinate in their realization. For 3 weeks, I watched you. I listened to your words. I observed your actions. And what I saw revealed everything I needed to know. She turned to Chisom. You called me useless. You said I would remain poor forever. You mocked my work and spoke about hiring professionals instead of village women like me. Chisom collapsed to her knees, sobbing. Mama, please, I didn't know. I didn't mean it. You didn't mean it? Mama Adaize's voice was sharp now. Or you meant it but didn't think I mattered enough for it to have consequences? She turned to Kelechi. You used me for social media performance, then collected back the money you pretended to give.
You screamed at me over a perfume bottle, called me senseless, wicked, and told me I deserved to remain in poverty. Do you remember? Kelechi was weeping openly now, her influencer composure completely shattered. Mama, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. When you thought I was powerless, there was no sorry, only cruelty. She looked at the others, Anastasia, Ngozi, Adana, and the rest, each one remembering their dismissiveness, their casual cruelty, their contempt. Some wept, some stood frozen, some tried to speak, but words failed them. Then, Mama Adaize's expression softened, and she looked across the room. Where is Blessing? The crowd parted like the Red Sea, and Blessing stepped forward slowly, her face showing not triumph, but confusion and genuine concern. Mama, she said quietly, her voice trembling, I don't understand what is happening. Come here, my daughter. Blessing approached hesitantly, and Mama Adaize took both her hands in hers. Blessing, no, uncle. For 3 weeks, you treated me with dignity when others treated me with contempt. You helped me carry heavy loads. You fed me from your own plate. You defended me when I was attacked. You offered to sacrifice money you desperately needed, money for your own mother's medical treatment, just to protect me from insults. Tears began rolling down Blessing's face. You did not know who I was. You gained nothing from your kindness except mockery from your peers, but you remained kind anyway. Not because it was strategic, but because that is who you are. Mama Adaize's voice grew stronger, more certain. You told me once that my son was blessed to have me as his mother. Today, I tell you, I am blessed to have found you. And if my son is wise, he is blessed to have the chance to know you. She turned to Chibueze. My son, this is the woman I have chosen. Her character has been tested in fire and proven pure as gold. If you trust my judgment, if you trust the wisdom of the mother who raised you, then this is the woman worthy of our family. Chibueze stepped forward, looking at Blessing with gentle, respectful eyes.
Blessing Nwanko, he said softly. I know this is overwhelming. I know this is strange and sudden, but my mother's wisdom has never failed me. If you are willing, I would like to know you properly, to court you with respect, to see if what my mother saw in your character can grow into something we both choose together. Blessing stood there, tears streaming, overwhelmed, and when she finally spoke, her words made Mama Adaize smile with deep pride. Sir, Mama, I don't know what to say. This is beyond anything I ever imagined. But you need to understand something important. I did not treat Mama well because I hoped for reward. I treated her well because it was right. If I accept your courtship, it will not be because of your wealth. It will be because of your mother's love for you. Because a man who honors his mother's wisdom is a man worth knowing. She turned to Mama Adaize, fresh tears flowing. Mama, even if nothing comes from this, thank you. Thank you for seeing me when I felt invisible. Thank you for teaching me that kindness is not foolishness. The two women embraced, and in that moment, the lesson was complete. Before they left, Mama Adaize turned to address all the women one last time. Her voice was no longer harsh, but it carried the weight of ancestral wisdom. My daughters, I did not do this to destroy you. I did this to teach you something that life will teach you anyway, but more cruelly. Listen carefully. The hand that respects the broom is fit to wear the crown. How you treat people who can do nothing for you is the truest measure of who you are. Wealth comes and goes, beauty fades, education can be learned, but character, true character, is revealed in how you behave when you think no one important is watching. You judged me by my clothes, my job, my age. You never thought to look at my humanity, and so you revealed your own hearts. She paused, letting the words settle like seeds in soil. Some of you will leave here angry at me, saying I tricked you. But ask yourselves, if you treat people badly when you think they are powerless, what does that say about who you are? The disguise was not the trick. The trick was that you showed your true faces when you thought it was safe to be cruel. Go home today and decide who you want to be. Not who you want people to think you are, but who you actually are when no one is watching. Because life is the greatest tester, and it is always watching. With that, Mama Adaize, Chibueze, and Blessing walked to the elevator.